Danny Garcia said you shouldn't be surprised if Victor is quicker than Floyd. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, obviously, Danny Garcia must don't know shit. If he's a trainer, how he quicker than Floyd? And boxing ain't about how quick you is anyway. He don't have more skill than Floyd. And that's what win fights. Skill win fight. Not how quick somebody is. One of the fastest fighters in the world never won the world championship. That was Howard Davis Jr. What that mean? What got anything got to do with speed? If you don't know shit, it don't make no difference. And obviously, he don't know shit for what he just said.
He said two of the most effective fighters were Corley, obviously Southpaws, Corley and Zab Judah, and he said Zab Judah would have won the fight. That's what he said. He said Zab Judah would have won if he hadn't got tired.
If he wouldn't got tired, well, whose problem is that? I mean, that's it. Yeah, a whole bunch of them would have won, should have won, could have won, but they didn't. Right? Okay then. That's their problem. The whole thing about boxing is this. You prepare yourself to go in that ring. And when you go in that ring, you leave no doubt as to what you're supposed to do when you get in that ring. So when Victor Ortiz get his ass whooped, he gonna say the same thing all the rest of them say. Oh, I coulda, I shoulda, I woulda, but you didn't. That's the whole thing. It's just like Shane Mosley. So, you know, big thing. Best thing is, hey, the best man is going to win. And that's how boxing goes. The best man is going to win. Unless it's something unfamiliar. Maybe unless he got something in it. If he ain't got nothing in him, he gonna get his ass whooped, like all the rest of them did.
How do you feel about the accusations of dirty fighting in Floyd's fight?
Dirty fighting? Dirty fighting what?
Using his elbows and stuff.
Oh man, the best part of boxing, what are you talking about, using the elbow? Use the elbow to do what? What did you use the elbow for? Tell me.
They claim that against Ricky Hatton with Joe Cortez as the referee.
He didn't knock out Ricky Hatton because he used the elbow. He knocked him out with that motherfucking check hook and he sent his ass home. That's it. What that got to do with it? I mean, everybody say when somebody is good, there's always a reason why they're good. You see? Why people question my nephew? They don't even question Pacquiao. You already know what the fuck he got in him. He's been knocked out twice at 105 pounds. He been guys 150 pounds. All right then.
Care to elaborate?
I ain't got to elaborate because I know you're going to say some bullshit about me, but that's okay.
What are your impressions of Victor's chin? He's gone down a lot, but he's always gotten up, hasn't been like knocked out cold. Do you think his chin is a weakness?
Well, I don't know if his chin is weakness, but if you go down this fight, he ain't going to get his ass back up. If he do, he going to get stopped, period. I mean, he's a good fighter. I seen him fight, he's a good fighter. But,
After his last fight, when Floyd, fought Mosley here, he said he named two other fighters that hurt him, Corley and Zab Judah, and he said, and what does that say about him that when he got hurt, he tore those guys up?
My nephew been off over a year from boxing. He wasn't even fighting. My nephew wasn't even fighting, and he came back and still beat two of the best elite fighters in the world. So what that tell you? He been laid off 17 months, 18 months. And he still come back and beat the best elite fighters. So what did that tell you?
So that doesn't concern you, the long layoff?
Well, it did then, but I mean, now he done fought since then. But layoffs always play the role because, I mean, most time when a guy loses, he loses because of long layoff time. But I thought for my nephew, a layoff was presentable for him because my nephew been boxing since he was a baby, since he was literally a baby. So that's all he ever done. And so I thought that it's time to take a layoff. It'd probably be the time he needs to take off and get back, get his faculties back and want to fight. You have to want to do something for it to be good.
The point I was trying to make was that people had questioned Floyd's chin. But if you look at the 3 times he's been hurt, he came back and turned on the pressure. And as he stated several times, in his perception, the guys who hurt him went into survival mode. What can you say about his chin to anybody who would question his chin?
Well, I haven't seen him knocked out. So we know he must got a good chin. He fought from 30 to 154 pounds. He fought the best punchers in the sport. Fought some of the best fighters in the sport. He ain't ever been knocked out. So obviously, he finds the ways to win. And that's part of boxing. Boxing, you find a way to win. And since that's what he do, that's why they call him the world's best fighter, because he finds a way to win. That's what boxing is about. So it's about if you hit a guy, if you go down is one thing. You hit a guy, when you wobble is one thing. If you hit a guy, you don't knock him out, and you don't finish him, that's another thing too. So all the guys that, quote, hit my nephew and hurt him, what did they do after that? I'm sure you know. You've seen it, did you? All right.
Roger, Floyd said earlier this week that he was probably more appreciated in the UK than he was here. Do you think that's true, and do you think there's a reason for that?
What the UK? What's that? You talking about over in England?
Yeah.
I think they appreciate him in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
I think they love him in the UK.
That's what Floyd said.
See, people love him in the UK, but you gotta understand how boxing go and how people are. You tell me, if you tell me something and I don't agree with it, then I'm wrong. I'm wrong. To the public, I'm wrong. But if I tell you something about somebody and that I know, then what is that? I'm still wrong? Even if you find out the fact of what I told you was right, am I still wrong? Okay, then that's how people live. People make decisions on part of the time with shit they don't even know. But they make a decision, oh, this guy did this guy used this guy. Let me tell you something. The only reason we start talking about boxing, that my nephew, you see people talking about Pacquiao, oh my nephew don't want to fight Pacquiao. Why would he want to fight Pacquiao? My nephew ain't never been knocked out. Pacquiao had been twice. So, but why people talk about, oh, your nephew don't want to fight Pacquiao? All he gotta do is take that test. He take that test, he gonna get his ass whooped like the rest of the 41 that we had before. That's it.
That's the condition that still is on for a fight between Floyd and Pacquiao.
Say again?
The test is still the condition for that about to take place.
What you think it is? What you think it should be? You're a fighter, ain't you? If you're a fighter, any fighter that calls themselves a fighter in a worldwide sport, especially of this nature, what are you supposed to take? You're supposed to take a test, ain't you? I thought you were supposed to take a test. I took a test. He took a test. Anybody that's a fighter can take a test. So, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? If you ain't got it in the hide, then you take it. Unless if you got something to hide, then you won't take it. Or you'll question it. Oh, why I got to do this? Why I got to...
They claim that he's agreed to take the test.
He can't, well, if he take that test, he's going to get his ass whooped too. He didn't agree to that though, so he's going to get it though.
I know, Roger, you've said that if that fight does take place, it would probably be one of Floyd's easier fights.
Sure will. The minute they take that test, let me tell you something. Can you find the last 2 guys that knocked him out? Where they at? Them probably dudes ain't even boxing no more. Where they at? But all of a sudden, he come one of boxing superstar. How in the hell he do that? He been knocked out twice.
So So do you not?
No, I was saying he become one of boxing elite superstar. I ain't never seen it.
So do you not acknowledge that Freddie Roach has taught him new
Freddie Roach ain't doing
dimensions?
shit. He can't fight himself. I know that. I used to whoop his ass. So I know he can't fight. It ain't about Freddie Roach fighting anyway.
Right.
The whole thing is about what Pacquiao got. What do he really got in him? That's all it was about. It ain't about Pacquiao can fight. I'm not really worried about that. That's the easy part. If he took that test, he'd got his ass whooped a long time ago. But he didn't take it, so that's why he's still undefeated, taking all that shit.
Given that there's a Pacquiao has a lawsuit charging that you guys have charged, you're not concerned about the things that you say.
Fuck Pacquiao. I'm worried about him for. I ain't saying shit. If he take that test and prove that I'm wrong, do what the fuck he want to do. If he take that test, he ain't took it, have he? All right, then. That's what you want to say?
Your brother going to be at the fight?
Who?
Floyd Sr.?
I don't know.
You haven't talked to him recently? You take that as a no?
What about a guy like a Sergio Martinez who became, I guess, like a pound-for-pound guy in his mid-30s after getting knocked out by Margarito, like a decade ago?
Well,
He's actually 37.
we ain't worried about Sergio Martinez right now because that ain't the point. The point is my nephew is an elite fighter, so he ain't gonna. He wanna fight the guy that's proven himself and the guy that people think he can't beat, and that's how you get paid. Right? All right.
But as far as the timeline, like you said, Pacquiao, he got knocked out twice early. He was fighting at 105, became elevated.
Wait. Here's the guy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Here's the guy. Fought 105 pounds, right? He got knocked out twice at 105 pounds, right?
We're in those early weight divisions.
And wait, listen. He ain't no much bigger than 105 pounds now, even though he may make that weight. How do a guy, I ain't really got to say that, everybody. You ask me a question, you already know the answer.
What round we see Victor Ortiz fight tonight?
I don't know, maybe one round. If we get caught right. Nobody knows. Nobody knows when the fight will end. But that's the part about boxing. That's why the sport's so big and the sport's so good, because nobody knows.
Roger, you sit here and you listen to these questions. You've heard these questions over and over for how many?
Yeah, a million times. When he fought. The same question I hear from y'all today, I heard it when my nephew fought De La Hoya. Oh, he ain't big enough to fight De La Hoya. Oh, he ain't big enough. I've heard all that. I heard all of it. All of it.
Did you hear it with Corrales?
Who?
Did you hear it before he fought?
Yeah, Corrales, yeah. Yeah, Corrales had a great victory over the guy my nephew fought. My nephew had a
Castillo.
Yeah. My nephew had a fight with him. He had a torn rotator cuff. Tore him a couple days before he fought him. But that's beside the point. Corrales won and beat Castillo. Dropped him twice. So people said the same thing that they saying today. What you're never going to do with Corrales. You'll see. You'll see what he'll do with Corrales. What happened? Whatever I said, that's what happened. So, I mean, different things for different fighters. I mean, the guy he's fighting today is bigger than Corrales was then before the fight. But skill still pay the bill, regardless what the case is. Skill still pay the bill.
Give us a straight up prediction of how you envision this fight going. For how many rounds, and what strategy do you think is going to be the most effective right off the bat? How's it going to go?
Well, I hope this guy put pressure on my nephew. I mean, since he say he's gonna be the first one to knock him out, so hopefully he come to do that. Don't come to run. Hope he come to do what he say he's gonna do. Oh, he say he's gonna bag my nephew up and boom, 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 boom. I want to see it. I've never seen it, so I want to see it. And that way we'll find out what, if he's just talking, if he can walk the walk, or he can talk the talk. We don't know. We won't know until that time happens.
You see the fight going the distance?
Could probably go to distance. I see a whole bunch of things. I see the fight going distance, and I see who's winning too. So it's not just a fight going distance. The object is to win. It's to win. That's the whole key about boxing.
All in all, is this fight easier or harder than Floyd's last two against Marquez and Mosley, which both appeared fairly easy, other than the one round against Mosley?
He made it fairly easy too.
Right. Don't
nobody know about him. Actually, don't nobody know about him. I mean, he fought some decent fighters. He fought Peterson brother, but a draw with him. He fought
Maidana?
Donna.
Said he had a broken hand in that one.
Yeah, he got his ass was too. And,
Berto.
he had a Berto. I mean, what was that?
So you're not impressed by his...
Certain things I'm impressed by him, because you can't just overlook the fight. I mean, he fought a good fight with Peterson. Peterson is a pretty good fighter. You know, so I can't just overlook and say he ain't fought nobody. But he ain't fought nobody like Floyd. Out of all the guys he ever fought, he never fought Floyd Mayweather. It's just like all the guys who ever fought Sugar Ray, but they never fought Sugar Ray Robinson. That's a different case. So you start talking about how good, how great a fighter is, and you define that by what he do, by what he does. And it's what my nephew is going to do with Victor Ortiz, and you will find out how great my nephew is. And, we can say anything we want to say about Victor Ortiz, about my nephew. My nephew has to make him believe. And you found 41 ways to do it. You may find 42.
Thanks, Roger.